Hello and welcome to a new video. Today we're going to be talking about the weird root in chapters 3 and 4. Now, what can I say except you're welcome? Now, what can I say about the weird root in chapters 3 and 4? Well, in 3 not a lot, but that I didn't say in my chapter 3 review. But, you know, we're gonna start with 2 because we need some little context. If you don't know, the weird root is a root of Deltarune that you can start all the way back in chapter 2. And if you do that, you can continue it in chapter 4. Now, there seems to be a 3 in the middle that I'm not talking about. See, 3 is probably supposed to be the introductory chapter that you can even do that. So I don't necessarily think that you need to do like the chapter 3 weird roots, but you know, I like that it's an introduction for if you're not in the Undertale fandom, which a lot of people are not, because the Undertale fandom sucks ass. So yeah, I like the fact that chapter 3 is basically the introduction to the root, and it tells you outright, like it literally outright tells you in text form, the forbidden root starts with ice magic. Who uses ice magic? Maybe the one ice mage we've seen. Like Noelle is literally right there. If you're not in the community, that is your way of figuring out that this is a thing that exists. And I like that very much. Now, the thing itself in chapter 3, I like it very much as well. I like how it escalates. Okay, so the way that the weird root, quote unquote, it works inside of chapter 3, it's the way you get the Shadow Mantle. And it's basically cut up in 3 stages, each one escalating more than the next. So in the first one, you're just kind of stabbing enemies, which is not something you normally do in a Deltarune playthrough. So you're kind of like, huh, I'm doing that. Alright. It all feels weird. Suddenly, you're max level. You kill the last enemy, nothing happens. That's a little weird if I do say so myself. Well, what if I stab this tree? And then you stab a few trees, you walk around, and then you suddenly find the chest, and there's an ice key in there. Well, that's curious. Time to go back to the other Zelda clones and game show, baby. And then you suddenly come back, and by suddenly I mean like half an hour later. Yeah, I don't like this chapter that much. And then you go into Act 2 of the Zelda clone. You know, you love to see it. You know, you keep doing your thing, you stab a bunch of enemies, you love to see it if I do say so myself, and then suddenly there's no one there anymore. You're level 2, you stab a few thingies, and suddenly you're going up to the ice. Now, I also wanted to be known that I am very much a fan of the way that the game hints to where you have to go here, because in the actual chapter, like in the actual game show part of the chapter, you can also go up there and you will have this like secret thing. There's a secret to be found there. So naturally, when you're doing this, you would remember this and then, what if I go up again? So you go ahead and do that and suddenly find yourself at the ice sheet where you can use the ice key. And then you go into the hole. And then there's multiple things that they're like told to you. Follow the person in the right robe. The forbidden root starts with ice magic, and this is obviously very alluding to the weird root. Not only are you actively stabbing things to death, but also, once you go into a room, you pick up a nice old person in a white robe, and they fire ice. I've seen this one before, I think. And then you go down, you know, suddenly, and then there's a bird right there, and you can't stab him to death, so, you know, you might as well freeze him. I've seen that one before, I think. And, you know, it said something along the lines of follow the girl, so, you know what, how about I follow the girl to this labyrinth, everything's going well, you know, we move, there's a door, well, I still got the ice key, time to use it in the goddamn hole, and suddenly, who's gone? She's gone, she was used up. Yeah. I feel like Deltarune and Undertale are like the only games that can make me feel actively disgusted by my own actions. I don't appreciate that, Tobias Foxworth. I'm gonna keep it $1.50 with you. You kept it $25 with me, but I'm gonna keep it $1.50 with you. I don't appreciate that. I don't appreciate that at all. So yeah, the feeling don't feel fine, but you know, it's a good thing that it don't feel fine. You know, when the story is trying to twist your stomach, and then suddenly twist your stomach, and then you feel it in the stomach, and in the wrist, and in your entire body, and my spine is cold. You know, I feel like it's doing its job correctly. So yeah, this is horribly depressing, and perhaps even alluding to the future, where if we continue the weird route, we will lead to Noelle being used up, which is not a nice thing to look forward to, but I guess it is something to look forward to in the upcoming chapters. We also get our first run-in with individual that is holding the shadow mantle, which I cannot categorize or name because we literally know next to nothing about them. Trademark. And we have a little conversation with him. And then we get kicked out and come back at the end of the chapter. So let's wait. Now before we go ahead and do that, if you do like a violence playthrough, you also can't get the egg. Which is an interesting thing, right? Like, you can't get the egg if you do the weird route in chapter 2. But if you do a violence playthrough, you can't get the egg as well. So maybe the egg just gets locked out if you're violent, except for chapter 1, because chapter 1 didn't matter at all because you recruit everyone anyway. Which is an interesting way of approaching it, you know, man. Well, in chapter 4 it doesn't happen, so never mind, I'm stupid. Nevertheless, we come back at the end of the chapter, and suddenly, you know, we had this little side story with Ram. It was pretty nice. Ram, kinda the goat, I'ma be honest. That's why she the goat. The goat. Also, fun fact, I'm pretty sure the reason she's British is because she's a British blog. Get it? Toby's funny. But we go into stage 3. And stage 3 don't feel good. I'ma be absolutely honest. I'ma be absolutely honest. Like in chapter 2, in Act 2, yeah, I used Noel up, you know, it's understandable. In Act 3, I stabbed a bitch. And by a bitch, I mean 2 bitches. And by 2 bitches, I mean Susie and Rousey. Is all this just a little bit foreboding at what's going to happen in the weird room? Because I think it is. I think it very well is. I fucking think we're majorly fucked, I think. Anyway, then you, after killing all of your friends, you go into a manhole cover, do a whole ass dungeon. It's fine. You then have a conversation with Funny Guy, also known as a TV Time Traitor himself, Tanner, and you kill Tanner. Fun fact, I'm pretty sure the dialogue changes whether or not you have done Snowgrave already. You know, if you've not done Snowgrave. Some of the dialogue of the weird Shadow Mantle guy also changes if you've done Snowgrave. So that's great, you know, that's lovely. And then you fight the Shadow Mantle guy, and if you beat him, you get the Shadow Mantle. However, you don't actually need the Shadow Mantle to defeat the Knight in this chapter. There's a common misconception that I was also under. So in my good playthrough, I didn't do the minigame. I simply did not. I have made the executive decision that I'm not doing that shit. Nada. I don't need to traumatize Kris that much. Like, I'm already traumatizing them with being inside of them and controlling them like a little fucking puppet. I don't need to do that too. However, Snowgrave, I do need to do that. Because, like, you gonna stab your friends, and I'm gonna make sure you do it. So yeah, I like the chapter 3 section a lot. But it's not actual the weird route, but it alludes to the weird route and is connected to the weird route in some way. It's basically the chapter 3 weird route, even though chapter 3 itself does not have a weird route. You get me. Nevertheless, chapter 4. Oh, we're about to get fucked. So chapter 4, right? I think I'm gonna go through it chronologically, I think. So, because we don't actually get to learn everything at once when it happens. So, between chapters 3 and 4, after closing the Dark Fountain, Kris removed us from the vessel and went ahead and went to Noel's place. Pulled the phone out of the finger. Don't have that phone ring on you. I'ma be real. Said Bertley gonna be fine. Sorry, it was all a prank. Sorry, I stole your watch. It was all a prank. Get there. You good. Now leave. Don't mention this once we meet again. Don't say this. I'ma leave now. Don't say this no more. I. And then Noel goes ahead, and when they meet again, says that. Dang! So now you're doing that? You put me between your fucking sofa cushions and go out meeting Noel? Alright, I see you, Kris. I don't like that. I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna need that. So yeah, After Kris does that, we go about the usual chapter business. This time we don't ask Noelle if we can come over. Noelle asks Susie if she can come over, and I just kind of tag along. I make Kris tag along because like Kris kind of uppity a little bit right now. So I feel like we need to work on that. Also, fun fact: you can meet Bertley in like the hospital. Bertley is breathing. The severity of this point gets. I will probably wash this away in my mind at some point as being a bad thing. But right now, I would have rather preferred him to be dead. We now know that monsters bleed. We also know that monsters turn into dust because Gerson turned into dust, right? So pretty obviously Bertley isn't dead. But like, I guess it's because you could still get out of the Snowgrave route and to not have that much of an impact happen. You know, you can have Bertley not die, I guess. But right now I don't like it because it kind of takes away from the moment of Noelle killing Bertley, you know. But he's in a coma, so it's fine, I think. I'll probably wash this away once the new chapters come out, but right now, I don't like it. I don't appreciate it. So we go over to Noelle's house, everything's unchanged till we sit down. You know, we start the study session, and suddenly a bunch of stuff is different. Of course, Bertley doesn't call because Bertley can't call. He kinda busy being fucking owned. Instead, it's your old mommy Mirist. She calling Noelle up like, yo, my daughter, how you doing? Anyone home with you? And the daughter is like, nah, nobody here. She a fucking liar. Dear a fucking liar. Now, the mother probably knows this. I'ma be honest, Kris probably told something to the effect of what happened to the mother. Because, like, you know, Kris is kind of all hail the, you know, the dearest administration. You know, that's Kris's, like, whole character if you don't do the weird route. So I feel like Kris kind of told Carol. That's just me, though. And so Susie gives us the opportunity to leave. And if we go ahead and leave right to the goddamn room from this, and we go right in there, you know, we do a little bit of a shuffle right to the goddamn guitar. We go in. Kris obviously takes us out. Like, at this point, I get it. Like, I get it. I'm gonna be absolutely honest. You know, I get it on this one. Don't get it on the main timeline though, because like I'm just trying to save Undyne. Like this on you is obviously the code is 1225, but like come on now, like come on now. You didn't have to shove me in there like that. You didn't. I don't think you did. However, instead of putting me in the box, Kris gets interrupted by Noelle, because Noelle want to talk to Kris one-on-one. And they do that. However, before they do that, Kris go down and, you know, put me in a box again. Now, I'm a little miffed about being put in a box. I don't like it. I don't necessarily enjoy it. I'm gonna be absolutely goddamn honest. So I'm gonna fly my ass back up to the room and listen in on the conversation. And the conversation is more like a one-sided conversation till I get a prompt. And that shit says proceed. And you know, suddenly, I just feel a lot more bad about it. You know, I just play a clip.
Kris, can I say something else?
Oh!
Kris, what are you...
Damn, I should have fit. Sup? Don't worry, he can reload his save. Oh, I fucked it up. Yeah, so my ass aborted the run without realizing that my ass could abort the run at that point. That's on me. That's a big oops right there. Do it again.
You said not to mention you did any of this, Kris, it's okay. It's just us. You said not to mention any of that because it'd get heard. Kris, it's okay. It's just us. Who's going to hear?
What's up, Lave Nation? Yo, I didn't mean to speak up that much. Sorry. That's on me.
say? Equip. Proceed. Kris, that's not the phone, is it? That's not the phone ring, is it? Proceed. Kris? Come on, you still... What about last night? What about... Didn't you want to protect me? Why can't I move? Why can't I look away? Well, something. Kris, I really think I really need to. Gosh, I think I might have. Equip. Kris. Man. Who the fuck typed on the phone?
I am scared of my own power, but my power is grand. Noel shall submit to me. Oh, Kris, you like the dear administration? How about I administrate the dear administration's daughter, you absolute fucking fool? You think you can betray me? Bitch, I'ma betray you first. So after we're done traumatizing the small child, Kris proceeds to beat the fuck out of me.
Oh, you're gonna throw me in the trash? Ow! Ow! Bitch! Fucking! Ow! Fuck! Ah! Bitch! Bitch! Ah! Ow! Bitch! Ah! Ow! Ow! This hurts so much!
First of all, rude. Absolutely rude. Not even warranted. I am trying to save us. We need to be saved from the holiday administration. Like, imagine if they get another child, what are they gonna call it? They have nothing to call their children. They called one December, for Lord's sake. They called the other Noel. Like, I don't even know the pun there. The dad's called Rudy. The mother's Carol. They're running out of names rapidly. They're gonna call the next town hall probably Santa or something. We need to stop that administration. So, I'm just doing a public service by overthrowing the local government here. And the best way of doing that is by corrupting the daughter. You know, I'm trying to stop the roaring. I'm trying to stop the government here. It's understandable. I feel like my motivations are understandable. Why your ass kicking my ass? And motherfucker, you ain't even kicking my ass. You kicking your own soul that I'm overtaking. I'm gonna keep it $1.50 with you. You know, I'm gonna keep it 145 with you. That's not 50. That's 101. That's 105. I'm gonna keep it 150 with you. I'm the victim here. The victim of your boot. Again and again and again. So how about you keep your damn feet in control, and I'ma keep doing what I do best, and that is win. I'ma give you the victory even if you don't appreciate my way of going about it. Didn't your ass read the prophecy? Your ass might just die. Or maybe Susie's ass gonna die. So me doing all this, traumatizing your friends, just killing your other friends, it's understandable because I'm trying to save Susie here. Ungrateful little bastard. Disgusting behavior by Kris Deltarune. Absolutely disgusting. On an unrelated note, I really like the characterization of Kris in this chapter.
Complete and utter failure!
Well, but at least Noelle seems a little happy about it, you know? You know, she's actively saying thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. You know, you understand it. This fucking guy don't, but like you understand it, the thank you. You're welcome about the phone, I'm making you stronger here. I'm giving you all the power. that you need. You were lacking power, you were lacking confidence, and suddenly you got the power, you got the confidence in you. There ain't nothing to complain about. That's right, you should be saying thank you. You should be appreciating me. Now, if you're confused where she say thank you, that is if you think about Noelle in the Dark World of Chapter 4. And of course, I gotta always think about my favorite my favorite person to help out. You know, I didn't get to choose which puppet I got, you know? Sometimes you just gotta get the better puppet. I mean, Kris can't even kill people. Sometimes you really just need to kill people on your heroism journey. To kill is to win, and such can only be done with ice magic. No one can run from ice because they'll be too cold to move. Their legs will be frozen, so they cannot move them anymore. They can scream and scream and scream in terror, but they will never be able to fully run away. Which is why I need that second vessel. That one, of course, being Noelle. On an unrelated note, I really like playing the villain. And what's that? I killed a bitch. Unlucky. Honestly, have to say, complete another skill issue coming from across the board. The only one that seems to be winning is I and Noelle. Noelle is becoming stronger and stronger, getting the phone ring back with no interference from Kris Dreamer. I have the Shadow Mantle in my possession. I have all the Shadow Crystals in my possession. And I have bested a Titan. A Titan, I say. Who can really see me and call me a failure when I have defeated the very essence of this world's failure? Additionally, there's a little bit of questions going on. I'm getting the feeling that my progress is being hindered by a rogue survey program. Susie directly asked me, yes, me, the player, what this whole thing was about. This was the perfect opportunity to show her my existence, to show her what I truly desire, this world to be saved for everyone. And yet, upon me trying to make Kris communicate with Susie, it appears I did not have the choice.
What are you two talking about? It wasn't about me, right? But fine, I won't bring it up again.
Now, my current going theory is that the survey program itself seems to be meddling. Perhaps to protect myself from revealing my existence too soon. Perhaps to hinder my progress in saving the entire world. We will see. But for now, I have to say that all of the secrets in general and this very weird root of Deltarune, so far I 10 out of 10. Now remember, don't touch that dial because Mayor Holiday keeps fucking calling me!
Buddy, pal, motherfucker, like you the traitor, you acting with the knight. I'm only making people stronger, and so they are stronger so that we can defeat the knight, right? It makes sense, Kris. Kris, what are you doing? Like, motherfucker, you in the bed, you don't know how to sleep alone, like, that's just your fault. Like, just put me inside and I'm gonna make you snooze right there. I'm gonna make you snooze. I'm gonna command you to snooze and you're gonna snooze. Like, that's how it works. That's how it works.
Kris, are you there? I'll just leave a message. You're going to the festival tomorrow, aren't you? I just wanted to confirm. Noelle said she's really looking forward to seeing you.
Sometimes you have to break a few eggs to make an omelet, and that egg is Noelle and the omelet is the world, baby.
My fit goes absolutely goddamn hot! To the clown!